Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to solve the question maximum XOR of two numbers in an array. So here we are given an array of non-negative integers and we have to find the maximum XOR. Here in this example, we are having this 25, 10, 2, 8, 5, 3 as our input array and we are having this 28 as our maximum XOR, which is obtained by calculating the XOR of 5 and 25. And here we are having this maximum XOR to be 7, which is obtained by calculating the XOR of 1 and 6. One very basic naive idea is to solve this using by two loops, which will have the complexity of big of n square, in which for every value we will iterate over all other values, and we will calculate XOR of each pair, and we will find which pair has the maximum XOR, and we will return that XOR value. So this is big of n square value, and since my time complexity is since my expected time complexity is big of n log n, we have to do it in the efficient way, and the more efficient way of doing this is using try. So let's look at the explanation. So here I am having this example 1 2 3 4, and I am also having this binary representation of 1 2 3 4, and the binary representation of 1 is 0 0 1, binary representation of 2 is 0 1 0, and 3 and 4. Okay, now what I will do, here I am having a head node. Okay, now we will iterate through the binary representation of each of these entries, each of these 1 2 3 and 4, and if we encounter 0, we will go to the left part, and if I have my left child, then it's okay, otherwise I will create a left child. Okay, now and for 1 I will go to the right part, and if I have a right child, then it is okay, otherwise I will create a right child. So let's see how we are going to do this. Now iterating for 1, the binary representation is 0 0 1, so we will go to the left part, create a node here, and just write 0 on the edge. Now we will go to the left part, just write 0 here. We are doing this because we are having this binary representation of 0 0 1, and we are just iterating over it. Okay, for 0 we have go to left part, for again 0, then again we have go to left part, then we are having this 1, then we will go for right child. Now for 2 we are having 0 1 0, that is we go to left, we found 0, that is 0 here. Okay, now 1, for 1 we go to right child, then again 0, that is we have to go again left. Now for 3 it is 0 1 1, now 0, then 1, then again 1. Okay, now for 4 it is 1 0 0. Since I don't have any left child, I will create a left. I don't have any right child, I will create a right child. Okay, now 0 0, then 4 0 we will move to the left part. Okay, so that's why I am moving to the left child. So here is a tree, or we can say it is a trie that I have created out of the binary representation of these values. For 0 I was moving to the left part, and for 1 I was moving to the right part, and then I have created this trie. Now what I will do, for each of these value, for each of these 1 2 and 3 and 4, I will find the other integer that by which it can have the maximum XOR. Let's see how I am doing this. Okay, let's have a quick revision of the XOR concept. That is the XOR of the 1 and 0 is 1. Okay, the XOR of 0 and 1 is 1. The XOR of 0 and 0 is 0, and the XOR of 0 and 0 is 0, and XOR of 1 and 1 is 1. Sorry, 0. Okay, So this is our truth table of XOR. So keep this in mind. So what does it imply? That if we have the different values, then we will have the 1 in the binary representation of XOR. Okay. If we have different values, we will have 1 in the binary representation. So what we will do? We will focus on having the different values. Okay. So for example, I am having this 1 as 001. The maximum number that the number by which it can have the maximum XOR will be just opposite to its binary representation, that is 1 1 and 0, which calculates to be 2 raised to power 2 plus 2 raised to power 1, that is 6. Okay, the 1 will have the maximum XOR with 6. Since we are not having 6 here, we will go for the maximum, we will go for the best suitable integer in the array. So let's see how we are going to do this. Okay, so here for 1 we were having 001 as a binary representation. Okay, since we are having 0 here, we will check if we always start from the head node. Okay, so since I am having 0 here, I will go for 1. So I have found my 1 and my current node is this. Okay, now again I am at the 0 now again I am having 0, so I will check if I have any 1. I don't have any 1 as I don't have any right child. Okay, so I have to move to the left child. Okay, now I am at this node. I am at this node. Okay, now again we then we are having 1 in the binary representation. Now I will check if I can have a 0 here. Yes, I can have a 0 here, and I will move to this node. So so the number that I have moved through is 1 0 0. So this is a binary representation by which it can have the maximum XOR. Okay, so 1 0 0. So now for 2 we are having 0 1 0 as its binary representation. Now initially we are at the 0. We will check if we can have 1. Yes, we can have 1 here. I reach to this position. Then I am having 1 here in the binary representation. I will look for the 0. Yes, I can have 0 here. I will move to this position. Now I am at this position. Now it has 0 in the binary representation. I will look for the 1. Since it does not have a right child, I have to move to the left child. So I ends up here. So this is 1 0 0. So it will also have its maximum XOR with 1 0 0. Okay. Now we are having 3 whose binary representation is 0 1 1. Initially we are at the 0. Okay. For 0 we are checking if it can have 1. Yes, it can have 1. We reach here. Now we come to this 1. We check if we can and we are at this position. Now we come to this 1 here. We check if we can have 0 as our next bit. Yes, we can have 0. We come here. Now our current position is this. Okay, now again we have 1. Now I will check if I can have 0. Yes, I can have 0 here, and I reach to this position. So the binary representation that I have gone through is 1 0 0. So it will have its maximum XOR with 1 0 0. Now for 1 0 0, 1 0 0, so initially it is having 1. It is having 1 here, so we will go for 0. We will and we were at the head. We will go for 0. We reach to this position, this node. Now this is having 0, so we will look for 1. Yes, I am having 1 here. I reach to this position. Now it is having 0 here, so I will look for 1. Yes, I can have 1 here, so I reach here. So the binary representation that I have gone through is 0 1 and 1. So it will have its maximum XOR with this 0, 1 and 1. Now if we calculate the XOR of these two, the XOR will be according to this truth table. Okay, the XOR will be 1 0 1. The XOR of the 0 1 0 and 1 0 0 will be this 1 and 0. Now the XOR of this will be 1 1 and 1, and the XOR of this value will be 1 0 0 and 0 1 1. The XOR will be 1 1 1. Okay, now if we calculate the value, it becomes this 5, it becomes 6, and it is 7. So clearly we have obtained our maximum XOR, which is equals to our 7. Now let's look at the code part. So here initially I am constructing this struct node star left, node star right, which will be our node of the try. Okay, now here is the function that we are initially given, int maxOR, and here are the arguments. So what I am having is, I am having this head node, which will be the new node. Now I will iterate through each of the elements of the array, and one by one I will push all the elements into the head. Now let's and after all the insertion, my tree will look like this. So let's look at the insert function. I am having this cur which initially points to head, and since my number was very small, 1 2 3 4, I have taken the number to the 3-bit representation only. But since in my input I can have the numbers to 10 raised to power 6, so I have to take the 32 bit. Since I am starting from the 0th bit, I will go to 31st bit. So that's why we are starting from I is equal to 31, I greater than equal to 0, I minus minus. And here this expression will give me the bit at the ith position. Okay, so if my bit is 0, okay, so the same thing I was telling you here, that while inserting, if I encounter a 0, I will go to left child. If it is already not constructed, I will construct it. Otherwise I will go to left child. Okay, so the same thing I am doing here. If I encounter a 0, then I will check. If I don't have a left child of cur, then I will create a left child of cur, and I will move to the left child. And similarly, if my bit is 1, then I will check for the right child. If I don't have a right child, I will create a right child, and then I will move to the right child. Okay, now I have inserted all my values in the head of the tree, and now my tree is looking like this. Now here I am having int answer is equals to 0. It will store the final answer, the final maximum XOR value. Now I will again traverse through this array. For int I is equals to 0, I less than and I plus plus, and initially my current XOR will be 0. Now I am having this variable cur which points through head. Now I will again iterate through the binary representation of this binary representation of the this array I. J is equal to 31, j is greater than equal to 0, j minus minus, and then int val is equal to array j right shift j, and then taking AND with 1. Okay, since I have previously explained you earlier that it will give the ith bit, okay, the bit at the ith position. And if my bit is 0, I will go to right child. And this int m power int m is equal to power 2 raised to power j. It denotes that for example for example, my fourth bit is set. That is, for example, I am having this 1 0 0 0. That is, my fourth bit is set. So what value I will be having? I will be having 2 raised to power 3. So this is the same thing I am going to do here. I am having this int m is equals to power of 2 comma j. Then I am adding this n into my current XOR. Then I am moving to the right child. And else, if my right child doesn't exist, then I have to move to the left child. I don't have any other option. Okay. And else condition is for if my bit is 1. If my bit is 1, then I will move to the left child because I want 0. Okay. And if I found my left child, then I will go and I will just do this int m is equals to power 2 comma j. That is the same thing I have explained you this, that if my this that's for the binary representation of 1000. If my third bit if I start with the 0th index, this is my third bit is set, then I will do, then the number will be 2 raised to power 3. So that's why here we are having int m is equals to power of 2 comma j. Then I will add my m to the current XOR and I will move to the left path. Otherwise, if I don't have any left child, then I have to move to the right child. I don't have any other option. And at last I will update my answer with the current XOR. If my current XOR is greater than my previously calculated answer, then I will return my final answer. So calculating the time complexity of this solution is big of n log n. Let's run you through the complexity. So here I was having this loop for which will give my complexity of n, and for this insert function I have complexity of log n. So the complexity becomes n log n. Now submitting this. So it is a successful submission. Thank you. If you like my video, please like it. If you want more such videos, please subscribe it. Thank you.